Hey, this is Byron, and I just want to talk about straight to the point Uber Eats. Okay, now, first of all, safety first. People got to remember that because we have a habit of getting in a rush. We have a habit of getting in a rush, and we kind of risk our car and our safety sometimes. Something happened to me 2 days ago where I walked to McDonald's but left my car running, and I locked the doors but I left the car running. Mistake. I was in a rush. That was a big mistake. Somebody walked up to my car and I looked out of McDonald's and said, "Hey, what are you doing?" And they kind of like, "Oh, I ain't doing nothing," and they walked away. But I could have got my car stolen right there. So safety first. Just learning education. I'm still learning, and sometimes we get caught up in this rush. We just got to be in a rush, and we get our safety first on our life and our car. Now, on that note, right there, safety with your life too. Be aware of your surroundings all the time. You never know who's looking at you, and you never know who's watching your car and watching every move that you make. So be aware of your surroundings, and try to stay in your own neighborhood because you're familiar with three things. You're familiar with the railroad tracks, so you won't get caught, behind a train. You know where the tracks are at. You familiar with the tough parts of your neighborhood, and you're familiar with what restaurants take longer than others. It makes sense, don't it? So you're aware of apartments and houses. That's a big thing too. Just be aware of everything in your neighborhood. Don't let Uber Eats take you out of your comfort zone. I'm gonna say it like that. Your comfort zone. Now, we as Uber Eats drivers, we are Uber Eats money makers. Okay, a lot of people think that they are going to get cut off because they don't take every order. I'm telling you, 99% of the time that's not going to happen. Uber Eats is not going to let you go because we are the money makers. There's a lot of orders. Let's be honest, okay? A lot of orders out there that's very unfair. I'm talking $3 for 20 miles. $4 for 15 miles. This is my set policy, and everybody's policy is not like this. But my set policy is the mileage should never be more than the pay. The mileage should always be less than the pay. Like if they offering you $15, the miles should be maybe like at the most like 10 miles. Don't take $4 for 30 miles. You be honest, they offering some horrible orders, and we had to stick together as Uber Eats drivers to make sure that they change that. Everybody get decent orders. First of all, you putting wear and tear on your car by doing that, and you got to drive all the way out there 20 miles and drive all the way back just to get back to your neighborhood because it's just so you think they're gonna cut you off, or you trying to reach. I can relate. You trying to reach gold, or you trying to reach a platinum status in Uber Eats. Trust me, it's not worth it. It's really not. If you think about it, just if we all work together, only accept good orders, and I think we all would benefit from it. That's just my opinion. Now, everybody don't do it the way I do. Some people might take some people more serious than me. They will only take like if Uber Eats is offering $15, the most miles they'll take on that is like maybe 7 or 8 miles. But I'm not to that extent. I just really believe the miles should not be more than the pay. As simple as that. That's my model. Okay, everybody got a different little models that they do. Okay, now a couple more important issues. Okay, there are 3 ways. These are helpful hints because I've been doing it for a long time. I'm doing it part-time now, but I realized that a lot of Uber Eats drivers do it as a livelihood. 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. And this, I'm speaking to you guys. The first thing you want to do is take a lunch break. I did it 8 hours a day. Trust me. You get more energy that way. Do it for like 3 or 4 hours. Take you half an hour, or I take an hour lunch break, you are so refreshed. You got food in your system. You are ready to go again. Don't try to work all the way through, 'cause it really is tough. You will get horrible. You will give horrible customer service because you're so tired. You're so much in a rush, and you're trying to make so much money, and you're gonna make a lot of mistakes. You're gonna forget about your safety. It goes on and on. Take you a half an hour or hour lunch break and get refreshed. Trust me, you have to if you work that much doing it. Okay. The next thing is another reason why I want you to stay in your neighborhood is because there's some people got houses in their neighborhood, some people got apartments in their neighborhood. There's a big difference, and you know it. Some apartments are very difficult to get the food to the customer. You know your neighborhoods and the streets, where the apartments are and where the house is at. So that's another reason why I want you to stay in your neighborhood, because you can react a little bit quicker. Okay, you can react a little bit quicker. Now, going to the restaurants. You know what, restaurants are quicker and some restaurants are slower. I went to a pizza joint the other day, and I went to pick up. It was $15, and I walked in there. They said, you got another half an hour wait, because the deep dish pizza takes a long time. You got to put it in the oven 3 times. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of got rid of that order and went to another one. But now I know where that pizza place is at, and I'm gonna be careful before I take orders from that pizza place. So, just familiarity, with your neighborhoods, things like that. Okay, there's so much to cover. One more thing. Today's December 23rd. My father was born 1934, December 24th. Tomorrow is his birthday. He will be 90 years old. And I love him. I'm his caretaker too. And I'm gonna make another video about that, being a caretaker. I got so many hobbies: stock market, darts, caretaker, all kind of things, doing Uber Eats. I try to make videos on all 4 of those. But tomorrow's my father's birthday. He's 90 years old. I love him to death, and I want to send him a shout out. Happy birthday, Lee Banks. My father, Lee Banks. Happy birthday. He's a very good man. He lived righteous, like me. And we try to live, follow the right path and try to help out people. And that leads me to, the reason I'm doing this video is because to help out other Uber Eats drivers and to get the message out, get this message out. YouTube has gave me this platform where I can talk about, help out Uber Eats drivers. I can talk about the stock market. I could talk about playing darts. I could talk about being a caretaker for my father. It goes on and on. I have a lot of hobbies, but this is giving me a legacy, because even if I stop doing videos, YouTube is still going to get my videos out so people can see what type of person I am, and I can get my messages out. And that the message is more important than the money to me. I just want to get my message out to help people, because I done been through this, and I'm 60 years old, and I think I have a lot of knowledge inside of me, and I just want to help people and tell people what not to do in certain situations, what I experienced, and what to do. Okay, my next thing is about Uber Eats is when you get to the restaurant, okay, check for drinks. No, before you even turn on your app, the first thing you want to do is check your promotions. See if they're offering $1 or $2 more, so you can, on every ride, so you can get all that money. Okay, check your apps and update your app, because your app can go haywire if you don't update it. Those are the first 2 things you do. Now, you got the call. You get to the restaurant. Check for drinks. The menu is on your phone. You can't check McDonald's because they closed their bag. But the menu is on your phone. Any other restaurant, check for drinks, because restaurants will forget your drinks. Check that out. And then as soon as you walk out the restaurant, this is what I do. This is interesting. I will text the customer I'm on my way. ETA, say 5 minutes. Then I would text them, is this your correct address? And is it a house or apartment building? The reason I do that is because those are things you can run into problems with. And I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. If it's an apartment, sometimes apartments can be very tough to find. A house is totally different than an apartment. Okay, and the ETA time is letting the customer know what time to meet you at their door. Okay, let's be honest. A lot of customers, they will order Uber Eats food, lay down their phone, and forget about it. They don't know what time is coming. They don't know if the person's waiting outside or anything. So that's why I do these things. So I will be more prepared when I get to the customer's apartment or the customer's house. Just being more prepared. That way, when you get to the customer's apartment or house, you can hand them their food and you can move on to your next, pickup. And you can make a lot of money that way. And they give you more tips too because you communicated with them because they be hungry. When they get that food, they are so happy to get that food. That's just the way it is. They be happy to get that food and they really appreciate it. Okay, that's just one suggestion that I have, but it's a lot more here. Communicating with the customers can give you bigger tips, like I said, but you gotta carry yourself in a very, understanding way. A lot of customers can come at you wrong, but you just keep a positive attitude, always smile, always stay nice, and make sure you follow all the policies that Uber Eats present. They have certain policies. Do not break those policies because there's 3 ways we're supposed to be delivering the food. This is just another suggestion to help you. 3 ways. The first one is leave it on the porch. The second one is put it in the customer's hand. The third one is get a PIN number from the customer. I'm going to go over each one. The first one, this is what I do. The first one, leave it on the porch. I try to take a picture of the food on the porch and the address all in one screen. That covers you. The customers say they didn't get the food, you got the picture right there. Their address and the food right there. Okay? That's the first thing. A lot of people don't do that. They just take a picture of the food. I take a picture of both. The second thing is when you got to put it in the customer's hand, this is why I communicate with the customers so much. Because the customers will be waiting at the door. Because there's a lot of times, like I said, they lay down their phone after they order their food and they don't know what time the food is coming. And they fall asleep. And then you can run into a problem that you got to sit there and wait and try to get the customer their food. Well, if you text them ETA 5 minutes and everything, then the customer and you will be on the same page. And they most likely, if they're not at the door, they will be waiting at the door for you. It works for me, trust me. Okay? And the third thing is getting the customer's PIN number. I ran into a lot of problems with that because a lot of times the customers don't know the PIN number. I'm pretty sure you have too. Or this is what I suggest. When you leave the restaurant, text the customer, I'm on my way. And I know a lot of people don't do this, but this is what I do. I'm on my way, ETA 5 or 10 minutes, whatever it is. Is this your correct address? And they said you have a PIN number for me when I get there. A lot of times the customer respond and say, yes, I do. And I said, okay, I get it when I get there. That means they already got the PIN number prepared. Now, if they don't have a PIN number, a lot of times it's the last 4 numbers of your phone number. Try that first. Most likely that's the one you're looking for. But the customer, one time a kid say, I don't want to give you the PIN number. So I called customer service and they said, go ahead and give them the food, and it worked out for me. But still, that was a exception right there. But to stay more organized, talk to the customer before you get to their house. That way they be prepared and they appreciate it. So those are 3 ways right there. Okay. Now, one more suggestion: if you get multiple orders from 3 different restaurants before you deliver the food to the customer, is organize. A lot of times when you pick up a food, say the McDonald's, say Burger King, and Taco Bell, a lot of times you're not delivering in that order to the customer's house. It's a different order. You got to look at the names, who you're delivering to first, and put it in your back seat in that order. The first drop off is the one in front. The second is in the middle. The third is in the back. Be organized that way. That way you can grab it. As soon as you get to the customer's house, you can grab the first order right in front, and then you can hand it to the customer. Now, these are some suggestions, and I got a lot more, but I got to get on the road. I got to get ready to do Uber Eats here, and I got to get ready to do Uber Eats and get out in this cold weather. You see me all wrapped up and stuff, but I got some more helpful hints. Just please subscribe, like, and share this video, and I'll see you in a little while. I'm about to get out here in the snow. I'm in Chicago. It's cold out here. I'm about to get outside. And thank you, and If you got any comments, any helpful hints towards me, I appreciate it. Thank you, and have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Bye-bye.